Hello, and welcome back to Blood Rush League. We're here with one of our last qualifier matches of Season 4 Reformation. We have Lamora vs Sema here, with Sema playing Killer first, unknown on Ormond Lake Mine, and I'm here with the wonderful, the one and only, my fucking goat, Jay Dazzler. How are you, King?
Oh my god, what a fucking entrance.
I
I
know,
appreciate that, my
right?
man. Like that was just absolutely beautiful. Thank you for bringing me in this way. But my day's going well, but it's not going to be going so well for Ukla. She's going to be the first one in chase here, getting attacked pretty early on, found in a pretty conspicuous spot there. And we are going to go for a cheeky little shot on Willandra. Seeing that they're sitting on the Gen 11, we are going to be hitting them with the infection. I mean, probably don't really need to play for that, you know. He's kind of just showing off a little bit of cheeky skills there. No, we're not quite going to get the tag there. I mean, the killer is on 150 ping, so they are. I'm sure they're going to be going for some absurd hits here. Buckler managing to get the stunt on that main pallet and sending it straight down to Shaq. Not a bad death spot here. And we're going to be getting a nice shot there onto Ukla. And we did also see in the background the Claudette getting rid of her infection from that shot on 11. But we'll just be seeing Ermat. Oh, trying to go for a little cheeky shot in the corner of Shaq. Not going to get it. I think, you know, I feel like maybe back in the day when Unknown first came out, that was a pretty...
Yeah, it was a
no,
pretty
kind
cool.
of,
Oh my god, speed
oh
on the
my.
topic. My god, Ermat just fucking locked in right now, showing us what he's really on about here. But yeah, as JD was saying, our killer here, Ermat, does get 150 MS to his region because they live in a very conspicuous and weird place. So they get like 150 MS to their region. But first, we're coming through into the basement onto Ukla here. And we do see a 3 split on our gens with Flare working something in the distance, Willandra here at 11, and Ghosty also working something in the distance. Not a bad gen split from our serves. And JD, what do you think about Sloppy on the Unknown? Bit of an interesting one for me.
I mean, Sloppy's not normally a perk I would go with. I feel like there's definitely a lot of things that you could swap it out with. I mean, I don't know. You got things like Wretched Year. You could obviously chuck a cheeky Rowan in there. I just think you get a lot more value out of those perks rather than Sloppy because, I don't know, like, sure, you can get hit and runs with his teleportations, but you really have to catch the survivors out of position to be able to get, like, tags after teleporting. They really have to be a bit unaware of where you are, I suppose. But look, I don't hate it. I mean, I just don't think it's a perk that could get you the most value.
Yeah, no, I definitely
Um,
agree. The value seems very, lackluster from a perk like Sloppy, especially on an M2 heavy killer like Unknown, where you only really use M1 if you're M2 faking on this killer. But yeah, looks like we're going to be committing Ukla here at Shack. Ukla doesn't really have much to play with, I believe, as she dropped Shack earlier. But it looks like we have a hit tank from Flare here to get her away all the way back to the one side of the map. But it looks like we have a missed M1 from our killer here, Ermat. Very, very unfortunate. Looks like we're just going to be committing Ukla here down to the two side of the map as another gen pops in the distance.
and we did have Flare also, like, you know, sticking around, maybe possibly playing for a hit tank, but looks like the servers are kind of just happy with a death spot around the back of main here. But look, yeah, the survivors are doing well though. Like we're getting rid of some very good gen splits. Oh, but I'm not sure about this. But oh, disgusting little bounce there. I'm sure that probably hit Ukla from from Mars. From the absolute orbit.
Yeah,
But
that
we'll be
was
seeing the
just
second orc.
insane.
Yeah, that was unreal. But the
Yeah.
gen split, I mean, it's a good death spot though. I just think it would probably in that situation though, probably would have been better if Ukla went around the back of main, because getting caught in, like, once you go inside of main there, you're playing a pretty unsafe palette against the Unknown, especially when you're infected. So definitely would have been better going around the back and possibly going, avoiding a long range shot, and at the same time then having access to a really strong window that then heads inside main, and that probably would have kept Ukla alive for much longer. But still, like, we have 2 gens remaining. The gen split is, I mean, it is definitely more favored to what we're going for here. Are we going to hit it? No, not quite. That would have been
Yeah,
absolutely
that would have been
juicy.
insane. But yeah, you're right, because also Ukla could have died around the one side of the map, considering they have a gen split that, favors around 10, 8, and 7. So yeah, if Ukla died towards, the one side of the map, that would have been even better. Not getting hooked mid here. But it looks like we're going to be committing Willandra. Getting a hit onto Willandra, that hit just looked like holy Bluetooth net, my god. But yeah, just opting to leave Willandra and go back to hook and possibly tunnel out Ukla here. Looks like that's exactly what we're going to be doing as we commit Ukla here as she goes to the top of main. We're going to take the BT hit, let's see. Taking the BT hit as we zone into a very, very bad filler. And I believe Flare is still around here to play hits with Ukla. It looks like he is. Hello, Flare. Beautiful hit tank from Flare, but Ukla can't really benefit from this, to be honest, as she's still stuck at this filler.
Yeah, look, I'm not really a fan of that hit tank right there from Flair. I mean, look, if you're going to take a hit tank, you want to be able to get distance.
Yeah, definitely.
But
And Ukla gets nothing from
Ukla,
that.
exactly, and Ukla already was going to make that. Oh my god, what is that? What?
The ping is just insane between these two.
You
I
know,
believe the survivors are on 280 and our killer's on 150, which is usually not allowed in the rule set, but both teams agreed to let it happen anyways.
yeah, no, look, personally, if I'm on this field, I am, without a doubt, never letting Omat hop on the killer.
Yeah, no,
150 ping.
I
Yeah,
100% agree.
out of here. What are we talking about? Oh, but we do pop the last two gens and put it on simultaneously.
Oh.
Absolutely. Oh, but we don't know where the killer is. Willandra, open up the eyes.
Yeah, no,
Open them up.
Valandra feeling a little bit generous here, opting to give our killer an extra 3 stages maybe, but now it looks like we're slugging Valandra as we spot Ghosty here at the 9 gate, 10 gate here. And looks like Ghosty's going to make his way down to the 11 side of the map. Very, very nice shot from Ermac, but unfortunately missing as we commit. Ghosty, it looks like we're actually full committing for the tag. What do you think about this?
I mean, like, obviously you want to try to play for as many stages as possible,
Definitely.
but like we don't have any TPs that are too close to that slug. Okay, but we do manage to find both of them though. And look, right now we have all survivors injured, so if Ermat like plays this really smart, might be able to possibly get a couple more slugs here. But we do go for a very interesting shot there. Definitely not going to be getting the tag onto that one. I'm just going to have to leave them, let them go to Shaq. But something I do want to point out before is when you on the last unhook for Ukla, normally you don't want to unhook when someone is getting tagged. Usually, like, you don't want to give free tags. And we did see, like, Willandra give a couple of free tags kind of back to back there, and gave Irma a bit more pressure. But we do get the gate open. We are going to be seeing Ghosty exit the trial.
Yeah, Ghosty getting forced out here as we pick up Flare. Sorry to cut you off, JD. But it looks like we're going to be putting Flare onto a hook. This is our second fresh survivor of the game and our 4th stage. But yeah, this is looking very, very good from the survivors of Lamora. Honestly, 6 stage 2 fresh is an insane result if Willandra plays, hatch or gate to get out of here. But now it just comes down to what Willandra's opting to do, because Willandra could run in, try and save, and it could go miserably. But also Willandra could just go hatch and keep the 6 stages.
Nah, look, Willandra just needs to play this super safe. Just like you don't want to play for non-hook here. Like, the killer's most likely definitely going to be patrolling that, but you do not want to get found going for the wait. Did the killer hear?
I think the killer heard. The killer's in main looking around. I'm pretty sure the killer heard Willandra here.
Yeah, the killer's looking upstairs. I hope Willandra doesn't get caught, because this could go from, what would have been absolutely beautiful with 6 stages, 2 fresh, a very, very, very easy win con to beat. And having that swap to 9 stages would definitely not be ideal. But look, if Willandra's worried about getting caught going for the gate, you can just wait for your teammate to die and possibly play for the hatch. Or you can kind of just see where the killer's going to go. But this positioning, I'm just not very... I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm wanting to see from Willandra, because if let's say that the unknown TPs right there is you're gonna be hurt. It's very risky, It's a very risky positioning from Willandra.
Personally, if I was in Willandra's position from here, I'd just rotate to the one side of the map, and then go up from there. just keep max distance away from the killer and play hatch. But it looks like Willandra's opting for a more aggressive play here of possibly pulling Flare. What do you think of this?
I feel like this is just a bit of an unnecessary risk, to be honest. I mean, if they pull it off, I mean, it will definitely be insane. But I mean, look, Flare has hit 2nd stage.
It's not really worth it.
And now, yeah, Flare's gonna. You see, this is what I mean. It's just not necessary. Like, Flare, he's now. He's got 2 stages on him, so he's just 1 stage going out the door. And Willandra's fresh. That's just not what you want in that scenario.
Yeah, this makes the win con much more harder for Lamora's killer compared to a 6 stage 2 fresh. That's easy wraps. But when you got a win con like this now, it's a bit more it's a bit harder to meet.
I mean, look, this killer is known as a harmless killer, right? Yeah. It's very, you see at very low stage games against this guy all the time, 24/7. Like 2 stage 6 fresh. Don't get me wrong. Is this sometimes still games where people won't beat that. But I don't know. I think for Orman Lake Mine, it's definitely a doable cause there. But look, I didn't like that play at the end there, especially when you're on such high ping. Like, when you're on 300 ping, 280 ping, you don't play for body blocks, because it's so easy for killers to just run past you.
Yeah. And what are your opinions on that game, JD? What was 8 stages, I believe?
Yeah, I believe that would be 8 stages, 3 fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think it was well played by survivors for the most part. Ukla having some really good death spots there. I think the pulls definitely could have been timed a bit better. Because when the pulls were happening, it's like someone else was getting tagged, and
Hmm.
then as like the person's been like the survivor's been tagged, and as the pull happens, the killer's pretty much already back to the hook. Like you either want to avoid the tag completely, like you don't want to give a tag when someone's hooked, um or you want to pull when the killer's like a very fair distance away if someone is going to get tagged. So I think the timing on the unhooks definitely could have been a bit better there, because it just meant Ukla was straight in the chase and had no chance of possibly stealthing and having the killer lose a tunnel out.
Yeah,
um
definitely. Very, very good
yeah,
chases
so
from Ukla though. Overall, very, very proud of her. Good to see a lot of
oh,
improvement
definitely,
from her.
definitely. The only thing I could say for Michael is just that second chase taking it to the back of main, that definitely would
Would have
have
been
been
so much better
harder.
for her. Yeah.
Yeah, better this one, just like can't get dragged to the generators, and
Hmm.
also I think she also just would have lasted longer in chase in general if she
Yeah.
went around the back of main and played that really strong window. Because look, like I said, it's like in that situation you just have to make sure you don't get sniped, and as long as you don't get sniped, you get insane distance.
Yeah, you're so
So,
right.
but aside from that, I think Survivor did really well. I obviously I think it was a massive mistake from Alendra at the end there. You either want to just sneak for the gate or play for the hatch in that scenario. You
Yeah,
did not want to
especially when
play
you're
for an
fresh and
unhook.
injured. Yeah, it's like you
Exactly.
just.
You're fresh injured. You don't have Iron Will. Like 2 stage 6 fresh is a whole lot better than
It's
three
whole
stage 8
lot.
fresh. Like
Yeah, definitely.
you've put your team to a bit of a tougher situation there. But um, I mean, we'll just have to see if the Lamor's killer can pull it off. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
it's
props
a
to
bit harder
props to
now.
Ermat too, though. Like that was very, very good considering the 150 MS. But yeah, we'll be back after a short intermission with the second half of our best of one.
Oh, welcome back to the second match of this lovely game between Sema and Lamora. Now we've got Sema on the serve this time around. The killer result was an 8 stage 3 fresh. Definitely not an easy task for our Lamora killer here, but we are going to be having Mal, who I can't lie, they've been quite renowned on the
My
unknown.
bestie, love her so much.
Yeah, our absolute bestie Mal. We love Mal, and you know what? I have all the faith in Mal. I would honestly predict a nice little 4K. And what am I seeing here? We got two survivors crouched in the open on the generator. I'm going to be getting the tag, though, unfortunately for Mal. And we're going to be swinging for the pallet. Not quite going to get there. A bit ambitious there for Mal, not going to lie. But the survivor didn't have the... Mal was breaking the pallet. I'll just be running into her. We get the swing through
My
the shackle.
God.
What is that,
My
full
God.
hearts? What am I looking at?
Oh my God. Yeah, so to clarify, these serves I believe are on 450 MS. It's actually so chungus for them. It's so unfortunate. But oh my God, they're going to do their best here, pre-dropping Shack as Molotek chooses to run down towards the 5 side of the map, I believe. It looks like that's exactly what we're doing, trying to distance max Mal here. And yeah, Mal does have a very, very good win con in her pocket. Honestly, it's not too bad. I've seen Mal 4K some teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is another 4K for her. She's just the goat at this killer, to be honest. Full glaze for my goat.
Saying that while I'm in here, Heart, is heartbreaking.
Low
I must
key,
say.
low key. I think Mel tops you, bro. I won't even lie.
What?
I won't even
What
lie.
do you
I
mean
won't
low
even lie.
key? Nah, this guy's crazy. Get this guy off the casting. I'm
Listen.
taking over BRL at this point. That is absolute disrespect at its finest. I mean, don't get me wrong, love Mel, but come on.
Nah, Mal's my fucking goat. I love Mal. But your first painter is coming through as we hook in the mid map here. Looks like we only have. Oh no, we do have good gen pressure. We've got main and 11 both being pressured, and one. What is this insane pressure from our survivors? Very, very good pressure.
Yeah, going from a straight like 3 split off the get go. I don't hate
Yeah.
that play actually at all, because as you see, Hearts, like we got so much pressure, as you said, so much bloody pressure on the map right
And
now.
I don't think we even
And
have a mid gen, so it's like this is the ideal thing to do if you don't get that mid gen, I believe.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think there is a mid-gen, yeah, you do see that for
Yeah.
on Mouse POV, which they're not working, but I mean, if you pop 3 gens instead of just popping the 1, I mean, you
It's
can't really
so
complain
much
about that,
better,
can you?
yeah.
But I mean, a very nice shot coming in there from Mal. I like it, but like you said, I expect big things from Mal. I do expect a 4K coming out of this game. Oh, and another beautiful shot onto Ermat there. Just once again kicking this generator, getting rid of that regression. And I'm liking this playstyle from Mal. She's just getting pressure, and we're straight back to
Oh
hook
my
as
God.
well.
Oh my God, I don't think this is a trade.
Oh my God, they don't
Wait,
get it. Oh
wait,
my God,
what?
What is
Oh
what
my
is going
God.
on? The pig's too
Oh
high.
my
Get him
God.
out.
Get him out. What is happening? Arrett here trying to play for the trade and unfortunately just getting tapped up by Mal. That is just not... Like, I think on normal ping that's a trade still, right? that's
I mean,
definitely
if
still a
if you
trade.
don't get like that delay, like I don't know, even if I was going like 300 ping, I feel like it's still possible. But I don't know, like that delay between unhooking is just too unreal.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's fucked for these serves low key, but I'm just still proud that they even come out here and try their best tonight because it's just insane to see people like still committed to play on this high ping. A lot of teams will complain about ping like this, but yeah, these guys are doing their best on this ping. We do see a missed hit tank from NA Vibe here, or NA Vabe, I don't know how you say that, but yeah, Molotech gonna be out of the game at 4 gens, our 4th hook stage and our tunnel out. How do you feel about this so far?
I mean, this is an insane stuff amount, to put it simply. Like she's just like,
My
oh my, and
God,
oh, we've
my
caught! Oh my god!
Mal, you're so beautiful. I love you, Mal. I actually love you, Mal. You're just so
It's just
beautiful.
non-stop for Mel. It's non-stop. Like there's not a time where she does like she's not in chase with someone, getting a shot on. Like she's not letting the foot up for a moment. And this is exactly what from Unknown. She's just playing everything perfectly. In another beautiful shot.
God,
Oh my god!
I can't watch this, Mal. You just got me going crazy. Like, and I just love that like there's little things that she's taught me about Unknown. Like when the clone shakes a little bit, that means someone's working it and stuff. And she just implements that into her playstyle too. It's just so nice to see.
Yeah, it is lovely to see. And look, I will say, I do like the build that she's running. I did mention in the last
Yeah.
trial, like, one perk I'd run over Sloppy would be probably Wretched Fate.
Definitely.
And that's what we're seeing in this trial here. But it looks like Mal hasn't really needed it too much because we do have Obsession, who was the one who got tunneled out.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got tunneled out 4 gens hearts.
That rate.
And look, we've got an injure, we've got someone on hook, we've got another person infected,
It's just
and we also
insane.
found scratch marks of the injured
Oh
person
my
behind
God,
main,
Mal has
and we've
jumped
caught
down
up to him,
onto
and we have
Alex.
we've got a
Oh my
TP,
God.
we've got a TP right there as well. Like hearts, everything has just gone Mal's way
This
right
is
now.
literally just in Mal's favor. Mal gets down here really quickly. And it looks like we're going to be TPing back to the mid map here. And as we see, Ermac gets pulled, so we know where everyone is. And Vabe is still infected, so this is looking really, really rough for our serves.
I mean, this is just gonna be a 4k4. Like,
Oh,
Mal's
yeah,
got way too much
definitely.
pressure in this game for it not to be. Like, unless, I don't know, she misses like 12 shots in a row, lets all the survivors reset, and she's just walking around the map aimlessly and forgot that she was in a comp game. I honestly don't see how the survivors can pop another gen in this scenario. Like, there's just way too much going on for the survivors to deal with right now.
Yeah, and she split the survivors so beautifully, having down Arret on the 1 side of the map, committed someone up to the 7 side of the map. So like the survivors are so split, so even having to play for that pick is going to be so much harder. It looks like we're trucking Arret up on a hook on the 2 side of the map as we go through into main here. Probably going to kick our gen with pressure, but like, what do they have other than this? Like everything's regressing now. And she's got Eruption on everything.
I mean, I think they did have a couple of gens that had a little bit of pressure, but like they've been hit with eruption, and the survivors have had it, like as you said, Hearts, they've had to rotate so far because Mal is getting these tags on literally opposite sides of the map. So it's like the survivors have no time to stop their aggressions after someone goes down with the eruption. And like, look right now, like we've taken a while to finally get a reset happening on 10, like the 10 edge, and in the meantime, all the gens have just lost all their progress. Like there's going to be nothing left on the map for the survivors. Wait, is Mal going to find the reset? Oh my god, she was right next to it.
Oh my, that was very close. But yeah, the game's just going to get slowed down a little bit here because Mal hasn't found the reset. But Mal's opting to just, camp Arret out here till death, which is, just the ideal thing to do if you don't know where survivors are. You know that all your gens are aggressing. You can literally just sit here and, do your own thing, vibe out a little bit, say hi to Arret on hook, just have a little conversation.
I mean, she has no reason to leave. She's just gone around and checked all of her generators, and the only gen that's really a worry for her is main. But like, she's just kicked that, and look at that. We've just seen Ermat. I don't really know what we're kind of attempting there. It's like maybe we did want to go for. Oh my god, the delay in the drop is crazy. Yeah, I don't really see what the survivors would be able to do for me.
I think they were just trying to come in for a pull, but it was a tad too late. I think Mal's able to hit this too. Just my god, this ping is just something. Looks like
look, I will say, look, I respect any team that's willing to play on ping. Like we've obviously done it a fair bit ourselves,
but we don't see many teams like us who want to do it on ping, and that's what I love about like new teams like this, like Sema for example, who've come out and chosen to play on this ping because it's just an insane ping difference. It's actually fucked, but look, they're still doing it, and that's what matters. And we get a beautiful snipe onto Vabe here. And it looks like we're just going to be picking up Vabe, confirming our last fresh hook. So if Ermat bleeds out here, that's still all hook stages awarded.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a beautiful game for Mal. Like, you can't really fault anything that Mal's done in this trial. I mean, it's a 4k4. How can you fault it? Absolutely unreal performance. But look, back to a little extra point on the ping thing though. It's like, playing on ping already is like tough enough. Like, you know, like for example, you know, like I said, bleed out. Like we've gone out and played you know, cross region like plenty of times. But it doesn't really compare to, you know, getting like 150 ping to your own server,
Yeah, that's
and
just
then at the same
insane.
time also going cross ping like that. That's, you know, probably, you know what, twice as hard, I reckon,
Yeah,
like a
definitely.
minimum. Because like, look, 300 is like most say it's unplayable, but 450, that's a whole different ball. I mean, we're seeing it with the pallet drops, we're seeing it with the vaults. Like, they're going for this stuff, and they just stuck their aim, like, you know, dawdling, you know, a bit of daydreaming, and then, you know, the characters realize, oh wait, that's right, I want to vault this, or, you know, I want to drop this pallet. So, you know, a bit unfortunate being on that higher ping, but look, like I said, I respect that they've come out and, you know, performed for us today. You know, getting 8 stage 3 fresh, definitely, and especially in 150 ping, by the way.
Like
Playing
that is
killers at
insane.
like
Yeah.
with M2, like I know for like whenever I've played unknown and I'm on like 100 ping, I hate it because like the use of your power is so delayed, and sometimes when I go for a shot, it won't shoot. So the fact that, you know, Semis Killer was playing on 150 ping and they were still hitting some really nice shots. Like, I've got all the more respect for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that happened with Ermat a few times too, where he tried to shoot out his M2, but then he'd M1 instead. So it was like, it was just, you know, things like that that slow down the game for him, give survivors more distance. But still, getting 8 stages 3 fresh was just very fucking good from Ermat. I'm very, very proud. And Mal just coming out on top with a 4K4 result. Like, just beautiful work from both teams. Very, very nice to see. Do you have anything else to add,
Yeah.
JD?
I mean, look, I can just add, as much, you know, both teams played fucking amazing today,
Yeah,
obviously,
definitely.
but look, I do obviously especially love what I saw from Lamar today. Obviously, Mal, you know, MVP went absolutely crazy on the killer, 4K4. You know, you can't get enough of that. That's just absolutely chef's kiss. But even look, even the survivors, like I said, sure, there was definitely a few mistakes that, you know, they can definitely work on. You know, I mean, every team can, you know, has that where they, you know, they see a mistake in their matches and they just have to, you know, get that out of the game, you know, shake it off. But look, I love the death spots and the team play that I saw from Lamar in that set. Like, because we both know how so that set should have been 6 stage 2
Yeah, no,
fresh, which is an
definitely.
insane result for serves. It was just a little mistake at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, like death spots, really good chases were good. And especially from a kill on 150 ms, like that's not a hard thing to go up against. And
Yeah,
being
no,
on,
you're
you know,
so right.
300 ping yourself as well, like
It
both
just
that
totals.
top
It
on
just
top of each other.
totals. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not an easy thing to do. So I'm very, you know, very
Yeah.
proud of Lamora there for getting good serve result. And obviously an insane killer result.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and all the more proud for Semo to, as I said before, coming out and showing their stuff and just happy to perform.
Yeah, well, that's if that's all you've got to add, that's all I've got to add too. So I think that's it from us. GG's well
Yeah,
played to
that's
both
all.
teams.
GG. So well, thank you for having me, Hearts. I was
No,
happy
thank you for coming.
to cast with you,
Yeah, it was
my
awesome.
lover.
All right, have a good one.
Take it.